What's up, guys? Just wanted to take a quick look at a new tool that I've been using. This is something that's been pretty helpful as I'm creating content for some of the different businesses that I help run. It's a pretty simple tool. If you've used any of the new content writers, you're familiar with this to some extent. The majority of them require that you use a specific software or that you use a specific website as your medium to create content in. The really useful thing about this Elephas app is that you can actually create content in anything, whether you're talking about emails, whether you're talking about your notes app, whether you're talking about some type of document program or something like that that you write in. And I even use it in some of my social media scheduling programs as well. So real quick, I'll show you a article. This is just kind of a quick excerpt of an article. And if you look up here on my toolbar, basically I've just kind of selected this text already just as an input. And you can give it a ton of different commands. You can use a rewrite command, which will obviously rewrite this in different words. You can use a smart write command. I think right here in this situation, if I use a smart write command, it would probably consider rewriting it and maybe add some additional content. Fixed grammar, that's pretty self-explanatory. That one's super useful. And then continue writing depending on how you end your content. If you end it with a kind of open-ended statement or a comma, for example, it'll continue writing based off of what you've already created. And on top of that, sometimes you get results that are exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes you need to run it a couple of times just to test some stuff. So real quick, I like using this viral mode. I think it does a great job of creating content that's very consumable and interesting. So if you look, it's blinking up in the top menu bar. That means it's working. And if you look, it kind of broke up this content into a couple of different paragraphs. It rewrote some of it. It changed the order to make it a little bit more readable. And so this output is something that probably would work a little bit better, be a little bit easier to skim and read. So that's a nice little tool that you can use. You can also type and just give it commands. And again, you can use this pretty much anywhere. So let's say write a blog outline on why baseball is so popular in 2022. We're going to select all of that. There's a number of different ways you can do this. It has its own content creation window that'll pop up if you use some of these. Or you can just use Smart Write. Again, here's a shortcut. But this should give me an outline of a blog, that you could then kind of break down and write paragraphs. You can instruct it to write a listicle. You can ask it to write all kinds of stuff. But you can see here that it gives you a handful of different outputs. And these could all turn into sections, for example, as some type of blog post, article, a website page, any of that kind of stuff. And you can continue, elaborating on this. You could give it another command in here and continue doing this, or you could rewrite this section. There's a number of different things that you could do there. If you look here, just real quick scrolling through, there's a ton of articles that I've basically worked on over the past couple of days that have really sped stuff up. It made a huge difference for me being able to create content in an effective manner that has been starting to rank. So thank you. And I definitely recommend checking this one out. Don't sleep on this. It's going to be huge.